Good evening. I'll start with your maintenance update. We've been cutting brush on routes 850, 770, 650, 777, 776, and 600. We've also been grading our dirt roads. We have countywide cold mix patching that's on primary and secondaries until our asphalt plants are opened. We have countywide tree and debris removal from the high winds over the last month. Replaced pipes on Route 613 and 600. We've repaired the shoulders and culverts in Dolly-Ann and several on Route 159 and 311. We're sweeping the intersections of Route 18. We had a large volunteer trash pickup, so we've collected the bags from that effort. The bridge repairs on Route 687 near Petticoat should be finished this week. The I-64 bridge approaches over Sioux Avenue should be complete within the next 2 weeks. We have a bridge painting contract that's underway for I-64 between Longdale and Lowmore. Most of those are occurring, excuse me, one at a time, so as they finish one, they'll move on to the next one. And then, thankfully, we're cleaning up our winter equipment in hopes that we're finished with that. Construction, we have started work on our rural rustic project on Route 638 Natural Well. We've begun replacing the cross pipes, and that's going to go on for the next several months, and then it will set over the summer. We're going to be paving on I-64 westbound from about mile marker 2 starting this week. And I'd like to request from the board, it's that time of year again where we're looking at our secondary 6-year plans, and if it's acceptable for the board, we'd like to hold a joint public hearing on at the May the 3rd meeting. And one thing I will tell you, we just recently finished putting our plans together, and our system hasn't quite updated all the way, but I'm sure as most of you are experiencing with business, the price increases on materials has gotten pretty significant, and with the revised estimates for each of our projects, we've had increases in the cost of pipe and stone and asphalt oil. So once we adjusted the dollar values on each of the projects, there aren't enough funds to add new projects. The good thing is that we're keeping all the projects that were in the plan, continued to stay in the plan, and just had to, there may have been a little extension on when projects would be completed. And then on March the 2nd at 4 o'clock, we're actually having in person our large-scale 6-year plan public hearing. This is for the entire Stanton district. It's going to be held at the Blue Ridge Community College, and that in general is for projects that are either smart scale or state of good repair, revenue sharing, that kind of project. And this month is work zone awareness, and I just wanted to toss some numbers out because I was kind of surprised at how significant the change has been. These are 2021 release numbers from the Department of Motor Vehicles, and in particular we're looking at work zones. So there's been a 41% increase in work zone crashes in the last year, 155% increase in work zone fatalities, a 20% increase in work zone injuries, a 35% increase in speeding crashes, and a 27% increase in distracted driving crashes. So most everybody is connected to somebody that is either works for a contractor or works for us or knows somebody. So I would ask that any opportunity when you see any of our signs or see any of our staff out there that maybe take the foot off the gas just a touch. Any questions that you all have for me?
Board members. Questions or comments?
I have one. I had a family, the Scott family, I believe they got in contact with VDOT about the speed limit right around the Dominion Power Plant there on 311, past right there in the Alleghany area. Just to see if maybe, and they said that, I don't know who they spoke to, they said there might be a safety study they would do to see if they could decrease that speed. I know within the last several weeks, there's been several animals killed, and I think there's some chickens up there now. But we do have several families that have now moved into that area, and they do have children. So, I mean, one family, I think they have 2 younger ones, and the family that goes to my church, they have I think she's in 4th grade, and then one's in 9th grade. And so it's a concern, and I know that I've been up there a lot, especially if we have church activities, and the speed, even though right through there may be almost like not really a straight stretch, but you're coming up to a turn. You're coming up to some turns there. So they wanted me to ask if that was true, if they was going to do a safety study, and if you knew when that may be.
I can check on that. I can email you back if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be wonderful. And they also asked about signs, and this might be something that the board, we as a board have to, or may not have to do anything, if there could be signs like, children, or some type of signs, I don't know.
The Watch for Children signs, there's been a legislative change with that about, I don't know, it's probably been maybe 5 years ago. It was when Mr. Strutner was county administrator, so it's been a little ways back. But the involvement that we have in those is just determining that the location of the sign is appropriate, and we maintain a log of the signs that go in, just so that we just have to keep track of them. But that's something that is handled through the county.
So that's something we could look into. It's a concern, especially now it's a concern for any age, but especially when we have youth getting on buses and things like that now.
I think the last time we did neighborhood watch signs, didn't we? Can we do something with those ones?
I think the last ones were out, that I met with Mr. Stratner on, were out. It was on, off of, there's a couple of them. There's one, I think, that's at Clearwater Park.
Is there one at White Oak Drive? Is there White Oak? They had asked about it.
There's one off of Dolly Ann. I know we did, I think, 4 or 5 of them at the same time.
Okay. Mr. Bennett?
2 things. I've got several phone calls about ditch maintenance and brush cutting and white rock path. Some of the ditches are pretty clogged up, and every time it rains, the water ends up out in the highways. And I had somebody tell me that they put a restriction on another bridge on 159. The replacement or work on those bridges up through there, that's a pretty major highway. Is that something that would be included in a 6-year plan, or how do you draw attention to that?
Most of those are done through our bridge maintenance program, and usually if they get to the point of being posted, it generally means that we're already looking at them in terms of replacement at some point. We do have the largest number of bridges in our district. But that is the overall goal for those, if they get to the point where they're posted, is that we are looking at them in terms of replacement. The thing that I can't tell you is exactly what year that would be done, because there are so many. The other thing too, especially for areas, and this has come up with Route 159 in general, for serving business, and especially considering all the log trucks that come through there, is also having our bridge, our district bridge office look to see whether or not there are maybe a temporary improvement that can be made in advance of a full-blown replacement, that you might be able to increase that posting so that you can still get a higher load across it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? No?
Did they check the bridge going into the middle school and elementary school? Yeah.
Yes, and we are going to, we can put cold mix in it now. It doesn't stay as well, so as soon as the plants open up, that's one that we want to patch with the hot mix.
Anyone else? Guess that just leaves me. Had it not been raining tonight, I probably wouldn't have noticed or had anything to talk about other than the high wall at Honda, but on the eastbound lane at Island Ford Bridge, after you get off the bridge, there's water sheeted across there. It's coming across pretty thick, even when it's not raining very hard. It's probably maybe 12 feet wide. In fact, I guess it's going from left to right across, and I don't know. I only noticed because I kind of hydroplaned there on the way here.
I did too.
Did you notice it also?
Yeah.
Is this coming
From Covington to Lowmore.
but roughly how far across?
Right as you get off the other side of the bridge, as soon as, the rock face is on your right, and as soon as you get off,
Okay.
the bridge itself, it's coming across the road, not the bridge. And then, obviously, keep an eye out for my wall there. There's rock and different debris in the road every other day. Anyone else? Oh, we stopped by to see you the other day.
Yes, I was in Stanton. I'm sorry I missed it.
If I had your conference room, it's like slumming when you come to our conference room. It's pretty nice down there.
It took us about between 20 and 25 years to get that building, and I'm very proud to say that that's been in place for 14 years, and I'd like to think that it looks as good as it did the day we moved in.
It was very impressive. You need to update your maps. I've had the Bob McDonald map we took out of there for free, but other than that.
They don't print those off anymore.
I didn't figure.
And are you all agreeable with doing the joint public hearing on May the 3rd?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take care of the posting and everything, and we'll get you everything that you need.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.